Hey guys, it's Susan. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody is healthy and well. So far, so good over on this side. I want to show you something that I just made. These are my two flower blossom earrings. I went into Daiso. They opened one up here in Vegas. It's like a discount store. I found some jewelry supplies there. I want to show you what I bought and what I made, and I want to show you how to put these beautiful earrings together. So let's get started. The supplies that you're going to need are these little Cosmo beads. These are 10 millimeters and they come in different colors. I'm using the pink, which is this one. It looks a little darker on camera, but it's actually a light pink. So I'm using that. I'm also using these green leaves, and that's this packaging, and they are 20 by 12 millimeters. And then I'm going to need a head pin. I'm going to need an eye pin. This is a freshwater pearl drilled from top to bottom. And I'm going to need like 4 spacer beads. These are rondelles. And then I'm going to need 7 tiny little daisy spacers. I'm going to need my earring and my 3. I think this is a 4 millimeter bead. Okay, let's get started. What we can do first is we're going to use our head pin, and we're going to go ahead and make our pearl first. So I'm going to get a daisy spacer and put that through. Then I'm going to get a spacer like the rondelle one, put that through. Put my freshwater pearl on. Put another rondelle spacer on and finish it off with a daisy spacer. So there's my component for the bottom. And then what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use my chain nose pliers, and I'm going to go ahead and bend it to the back like that. Coming in with my flush cutters, I'm going to cut so I have about 1 centimeter of space in between. Cut that. Use my round nose pliers and roll the loop towards me. Like that. Using my eye pin, I'm going to start with a daisy spacer, a rondelle. I'm going to put on my pink Cosmo bead, another rondelle, daisy spacer. Now I'm going to stack on my leaves, and in between each leaf, I'm going to put my daisy spacer. Then I'm going to finish off with my gold bead at the top. And what I'm going to do, so they're not all on one side or not on this side, I'm going to arrange it the way that I like. And then when I finish off at the top with my loop, I'm going to hold it really tight so it stays in place. Then I'm going to go ahead and use my chain nose pliers, and I'm going to bend it to the back. And I'm going to go ahead and cut. Roll it towards me. And I want to make this loop really tight against my gold bead so my leaves will stay in place. Like that. Oh, it's a little crooked. So what I'm going to do is come back in and bend the neck back up just a bit. Like that. And see if this will stay in place. So I need to come back in and break the neck again. and make my loop tighter. Okay, that's better. So now the leaves will stay in place when I'm wearing my earring. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put everything together. So I've got a simple loop here, so I can open this up at the bottom by just twisting it up. And then I'm going to go ahead and hang on my top portion and close this back down. Open up my earring wire, twisting it up, hang on my earring, and twist it back down. And there you have it, so pretty. Okay, to get started making these pink blossom earrings, isn't that pretty? We're gonna need the supplies of these. These are the little flowers. I'm using pink. I'm using the beads from this package, and there are 6 millimeters. There's three different colors in here. I'm using the dark mauve and the medium peach. And then for head pins, I need a 24 gauge head pin. So this is a thinner head pin than this one. And this is a 22 gauge. And then I'm using a piece of wire that I cut 3 inches. I also am going to need my earring backing. I'm going to need some spacers. These are the rondelle spacers. And I'm going to use the tiny daisy spacers again. Start on the dangle first. I'm going to use my thicker head pin. And I'm going to pick up a daisy spacer and one of my peachy colored beads and add another daisy spacer to the top. I'm going to move some of this aside so the camera can focus a little better. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my chain nose pliers, pinch it down at the top, and I'm going to bring the wire to the back. Then I'm going to cut and roll. And when I roll, I'm going to roll it towards me, adjusting my pliers as I roll so the ends meet. Like that. We have this little component done, and that is the dangle right here. So this is done. Let's put this aside. Let's work on the little flowers next. So I'm going to get my head pin. I'm going to put my daisy spacer on, and then I'm going to go through my petal. So it looks like that. Do the same for the other side. Daisy spacer and through my petal, like that. I'm going to cut off about an inch of wire. I'm going to use my round nose pliers, put it at the tip, and I'm going to just start turning like this, adjusting my pliers. I'm going to keep rolling until I touch my flower, like that. So I have a spiral at the back of my flower. Do the same for this one. Pinch it down at the end, and then just start rolling. Okay, so that one's done. So let's put these aside. Then using my 3-inch piece of wire, I'm going to go ahead and make a loop at the bottom. So I need to bring my wire to the back. Make a loop using my round nose pliers. I'm going to go ahead and break this neck so it's more pronounced. Okay, now I can start stacking things on. I've got my eye pin right here at the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and put on my spacer. Let me flip this around so I can see the order. Then I'm going to put on my mauve, another spacer. I'm going to add my flower, another spacer, my lighter colored peach bead, another spacer, the dark mauve, my flower, and then it looks like I have a spacer, daisy spacer, spacer, daisy spacer, spacer, and now I can go ahead and turn my loop at the top. I'm going to go ahead and bring the wire to the back, cut, and I'm going to roll. Go ahead and hang on my earring, so I'm going to go ahead and open up my loop, add my earring, and close it down. I'm going to open up the bottom loop, hang on my earring, my little dangle, and close that down. And there you have your beautiful flower blossom earrings. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for joining me. See you again next time.